I took the Insta360 X5 with me on my summer trip through Europe, including a 5-day cruise, and filmed pretty much everything with it. Walking the streets in Lisbon, food tour in Porto, biking through London at night, even just hanging out on the cruise deck. So should you travel with a 360 camera? I kept the camera setup pretty simple for the trip, just the camera with the invisible selfie stick and a rubber lens cap for protection, which fit really well in my sling bag.
I was able to just put it like this. It pops out a little bit, but just zip it up like this. Whip it out, move it back in, good to go.
The invisible selfie stick was super clutch. It extends to about 3.5 feet, which gives you a cool floating drone-like shots. And I also brought these tiny tripod legs from my DJI Pocket 3 setup, so I was able to stand it up on a surface while we were eating or taking a break to use it as a tripod. It does grab some attention in public, especially when it's fully extended. I mean, it's a long stick with the camera floating on top, so be ready for some looks. But as a travel camera, it was super easy to use one-handed, which I feel is pretty important for most people. Anyway, I literally got the camera just a few days before I left for the trip, so I didn't have much time to learn the ins and outs of the camera, but honestly, I was able to pick up on the UI pretty quickly. You can power it on with the side button, or if you want to just start filming right away, just press this and it'll just start recording like immediately. So I can be like, I'm filming, Judy's filming me, I'm filming, and once I'm done, I can just stop recording. And then it'll just automatically turn off in 3 seconds. So I don't have to worry about it. And I can just put it away. Boom, bing, bitty, bang, bang, boom. I don't know. It has a 2.7-inch touchscreen that's bright and responsive. And you can swipe in all 4 directions to pull up different menus. And it only took me a few minutes of playing around to figure out where everything was. There are 2 main modes to film, 360 videos and single lens camera, and it's pretty simple to switch between the 2. At first, I was filming everything in 360, mostly because I thought that was the best way to get the most out of the camera. But after a couple days, I realized not every moment needed to be in full 360, and filming in wide single lens made more sense in a lot of scenarios. I loved filming in 360, and it was especially convenient at times where I wanted to capture everything around me, like at this beautiful Tower of Hercules in A Coruña, or on the cruise deck of the welcome party with so much going around me. Not having to flip the camera around to catch different angles was really nice, and honestly, being able to watch the video in 360 afterwards just feels way more immersive than watching a regular single camera footage. It also changed the way I approached filming, since I didn't have to point the camera at anything specific. I could just hold the camera and focus on being in the moment, knowing that I could reframe it after to get the right footage that I want. Even when I was walking fast or holding it high on windy cruise decks, or even in an Uber, the stabilization held up really well. The footage didn't feel too shaky or nauseating, which honestly surprised me for a camera this size. And don't get me wrong, using the single lens mode was still a great experience. It was actually super useful in tight spaces like sitting in restaurants or walking through narrow streets, thanks to the ultra-wide 170 degrees field of view. To give more context, the iPhone 16 Pro wide-angle lens in the back provides 120 degrees field of view, and the front camera feels almost unusable and so zoomed in from the same distance compared to the other 2. For low light filming, there's a separate mode called Pure Video, which I use it while biking around in the streets of London at night that turned out great. And I also tested on the cruise at night for comparison to the regular video mode. This is very dark. I'm in the terrace of my cabin, and right now it's just the ocean. Just the ocean. You can just see my face. This is crazy. You're probably scared of my face, but it's just the ocean. But I'm gonna try the pure mode right now. This is pure video. I feel like it looks better. I feel like it's picking up more things. I feel like you couldn't see the hammock before. Obviously you can't see the ocean because there's no light there. That'd be crazy. But yeah, I think it's working a little bit better. So yeah. I just used the internal mic of the camera during the entire trip. And it's obviously not as good as having an external microphone, but it actually did a decent job with wind and surrounding noise.
The wind is insane.
and picking up voices from your normal vlogging distance.
We were trying to take the train to London.
You're not getting the best sound from the internal mic, but it's definitely usable for casual vlogs or just short clips. There are also a bunch of creative modes like bullet time and time lapse, which I didn't really use much on this trip, but I can see how some of them would be very useful for more outdoor activities. I have to say the battery life was phenomenal. I filmed a lot throughout the trip and I didn't really have to worry about the battery life. I probably charge it maybe once every 2 days at most, and the quick charging was also very helpful. I haven't brought an extra battery just in case, but didn't have to use it after all. When it comes to viewing and editing the photos and videos you took on the camera, the Insta360 app was super useful. I just needed to connect the camera to my phone and I was able to review my clips, reframe any shots, and even export on the go without needing a laptop, which was huge since I didn't bring my laptop with me for the trip. There is an extra step to convert your files on your laptop, like downloading a plugin for Premiere Pro to be able to edit those 360 clips, or a separate dedicated media player to view those 360 clips. It's not difficult by any means, but if you're used to just exporting your clips and editing or posting them right away, this can feel like an extra layer. One really cool thing though, the invisible selfie stick, like the name might suggest, does really disappear in the footage, and it makes the shots look like they're floating or taken by a drone, which just adds this extra level of polish without you having to put in that much effort. This was such a unique way to capture my trip. Filming everything in 360 made it so much easier to relive those moments, like in Lisbon, Porto, and even being on the cruise. Even my girlfriend mentioned how much fun it was to rewatch everything and scroll around the 360 footage to feel like we're right there again. I'll have a full travel vlog from the trip up on my second channel in the next few weeks, so click anywhere on the screen or check the description box if you want to subscribe to the channel. So, should you travel with a 360 camera? If you're the kind of person who just wants to point, shoot, and upload something really quickly, this might not be the most convenient option, but if you want something more creative, something more immersive that captures everything around you without needing to think about framing, the X5 is honestly an amazing travel camera. It changed the way I'll remember this trip when I look back on the footages, and honestly, that alone makes this camera pretty special. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any other questions about the camera, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye now.